What's up, gamers? SweetJohnnyCage here, and today I am very proud to present to you the comparison video for the DSi compared to the DS Lite. This is my mother's pink DS Lite, and I no longer own one because I traded up for the DSi, and I have to say, within the past 12 hours, I'm very satisfied with my purchase. So, let's get started. As we can see, the DSi is slightly longer than the DS Lite. I guess that's exact side by side right there. It's a little bit longer. The DSi is actually a little bit thinner, as we could see, mainly because the screen, the top screen, is no longer rounded. It's flat along the whole thing for the most part. The volume slider, which used to be down here, is now moved onto the side, and it's now a switch, no longer a slider, which, as I mentioned in the unboxing video, I'm very happy about. Headphone port is in the same exact spot, nothing new there. The power has been moved to the inside of here, as opposed to over here. Now it's a button instead of a slider, but having this button also adds a reset functionality. All you gotta do is press it once and it resets. You'll see that when I actually take this thing further in depth. As we know, as I mentioned in the unboxing, again, Game Boy Advance functionality is removed in place of more RAM, bigger screens, but backwards compatibility to Game Boy Advance has been removed. DS cartridge slots, same, although the spring on this one feels a little bit more powerful, although that could just be because this one's a little bit worn. We'll find out as time goes on. Right on the face you can tell there's no more DS logo, just the camera. I know that the design was supposed to be simple and clean, so I guess they got their mission accomplished. So as we open these things up and turn them on, turn that one on, turn on the DS Lite, you can see that the screens of the DSi are much bigger. They're actually, I made a mistake in my unboxing video, they're actually 1/4 of an inch bigger, both screens, compared to the DS Lite. So, basically just by looking at it, you can tell that the interfaces are completely different, but you can't really tell what the DSi can really do until you look in depth, which is what I'm going to do right now. So that's the side-by-side comparison with the DS Lite and the DSi. But now let's actually take a look at what the system has to offer. So, basically it's the same exact startup screen, just with an eye added up there. Touch the screen to start. First channel we have is System Settings. So let's go right into that, show you what's new, although it's not a whole lot. Data management, very similar to the Wii. You go in here, you can manage between system memory and the SD card. Wireless communications, basically, whether or not you want to link up with other DS systems. Brightness settings. There's now 5 settings as opposed to 4. Some of them get obnoxiously bright. Some of them are actually pretty good. Stick with 2. Next side is profile, date, time, alarm. Nothing new. Parental controls, not going to go into that. Touchscreen calibration, microphone test, and internet. Internet actually has something new. For users like myself who use WPA encryption on their wireless network and WPA2 encryption on the wireless network, the DS Lite wouldn't accept that. It would just give you an error while trying to type in your password. It would say invalid password, but the DSi actually supports it. Now, DS games prior to the DSi will not work with WPA2 encryption still, just as system. So we'll go back to that. Internet. We have language, country, system update. There are actual firmware updates available via Wi-Fi. Very similar to the PSP, the Wii, the Xbox 360, and the PS3. This is just the first Nintendo handheld that actually has firmware updates. So if you're using some sort of homebrew device, I would strongly suggest against updating until you read on whatever website you belong to. Very cool now. You no longer have to reboot the system to get out of the menu. Second menu is a game. Something very cool about the DSi now. You no longer have to turn the system on and off when you want to take out a game. See, now it's out. Now it's in. You don't need to do that anymore. Very happy about that. Dsi Camera. This is probably one of the best features on this system. So we'll go right into that. Camera. Obviously just take pictures of everything. See, there's my laptop. How I'm doing this. My arms really hurt. Now we'll go to the album. Here's a picture I took a few seconds ago. Now we can go into this, we can edit it. It's a bunch of really cool effects. Obviously distortion. With the picture how you want it, kind of similar to Super Mario 64. Quit out of that. Then we have Graffiti. Some kind of cool stuff in here. You could always add speech bubbles, you know, eraser, pick what colors you want to draw on. Rainbow changes every time. Add different pieces. Sunflowers all over the place. I'm a flower child. Get out of this. Oh. We have color. This one I really don't understand too much. Tap to add color. We hit white, nothing happens. We hit that, nothing happens. We hit my face, it kind of adds color. We hit my wall, it adds the green. But sometimes it doesn't work. It really depends on the lighting condition of what you took the picture under. Get out of this. Color pad. Alter colors. I don't really know how this works. I think it just dyes the whole picture whatever color you're tapping on. So it doesn't really work too much. Mirror. Move some mirror images of that same picture around all over the place. Oh, two mounts. Let's do a kaleidoscope effect. You guys have probably heard about this. And squares. So we get out of that. We have mischief. You could add this thing I actually find pretty cool because it seems to always recognize where the face is in the picture. If we had a mustache, it's automatically sort of close to, you know, sort of close to my upper lip. Eyes, knows where the eyes are. Mustache again knows where that is. Teardrops coming out of the eyes. I can have cat ears and whiskers if I really wanted to. It knows where my mouth is. It's a pretty cool piece of technology when you really think about it. So we'll get out of here. Emoter. I could look like an angry Chinese man. Happy Japanese kid. Or sad somebody with very expressive eyebrows up there. That's actually the only three you can really do, although you can kind of move it to how you want it. Not really too flexible in that one. This one is for merge. I actually don't have any pictures of anybody else on here to merge with, but you can merge two faces together, kind of like a mirror image. This is actually very similar, and I wish I could bust this out right now, but I have no idea where it is. It's very similar to something from the Game Boy Camera that came out in the mid-90s, I think it was. I had one. You could merge pictures of two people's faces, print them out as stickers with the Game Boy printer. I have no idea where mine is, but I know I still have it. I'll try to find it. And this is resemblance. It tries to find a resemblance between faces of different people. So that's really all the camera has to offer, aside from obviously taking pictures. And the very cool thing is you could stick those pictures onto a DS card, stick it in there, and then you could bring it over to your Wii, along with your computer obviously, but you could put them onto your Wii, and then and use them on the Wii Photo channel on the Wii. Now as you notice, this is actually a very similar setup to the Wii. Speaking of that system, you have all these channels over here. If you have all these channels, this is the web browser which I downloaded for free. It is free on the DSi store. But the next thing is Nintendo DSi Sound. I already recorded a soundbite. This is what you use to play your AAC music files. Again, no MP3 support. And as you can see, it's recognizing everything I do on the little sound meter up there. So record and edit a sound. This is the sound I already have recorded. For you Mortal Kombat 1 fans mixed with myself, you'll know what he's saying.
SweetJohnnyCage. Excellent.
And you can edit the sound however you want. So, you know, we start playing it.
SweetJohnnyCage.
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 Just you know, some fun stuff. And we have different effects, like a parakeet. This one I don't get.
SweetJohnnyCage.
I like this one. So I mean, that's really all the DSi Sound has to offer. Of course, you know, it is a voice recorder, so you make your own sounds with it. And of course, playing music on the SD card. I haven't actually put any music on an SD card because I don't really plan on using this as a media device, honestly.